Remember what? Well, you remember because you were a
A,
banker.
s- a s- a s- a small event happened.
A small event. Yeah. Lehman Brothers collapses in the fall of 2008. Blockbuster had doubled its EBITDA, so we doubled earnings, sitting in the catbird seat with streaming capabilities now, and the banks all shut down. Well, we also had $1 billion of debt, much of which was due in 2009. And so I'm knocking on doors, probably knocked on yours.
Right.
Help! Can we
Yeah.
refinance
Yeah.
this debt?
Hmm.
And everybody said, you're crazy. We're shut down. We're not going to refinance debt at this point. And so we really had a hard time getting that debt refinanced. Still, we were fine because Blockbuster was a cash flow machine. We had 90-day credit terms.
Hmm.
Ran a movie 20 times before we had to pay for it.
Right.
But the studios, one by one, got scared. And before they got scared, the rumor came out that we were going to file for bankruptcy.
Mm.
That killed the Google deal. I get the call from senior exec at Google saying, sorry, the board's declined to sign the definitive agreement
Mm.
because think you guys may be in financial trouble. So that killed that deal. That meant we couldn't afford to lock in the exclusivity on the older content, which gave Netflix now a window to be able to secure content. And the net result is when the studios kill that credit terms, it forced us into bankruptcy. We
Wow.
restructured. But we could have liquidated, stores all go away. We were able to find a strategic partner to help us with the bankruptcy process.
Mhm.
And Dish Network, remember I said Dish bought
Our
up
old
all that
friend.
spectrum.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they ended up buying the company out of bankruptcy in a restructuring in 2010-ish, something like that. And it was Dish ultimately that made the conscious decision to close the stores down and
Mhm.
to wait on streaming because their vision for streaming was to use the bandwidth for mobility, not for the internet,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
way we were traditionally streaming.
Wow. I've read the Harvard case on Blockbuster Netflix, but I haven't quite heard it explained like this. And who knows where Blockbuster would be today if not for the crisis, if that Google YouTube deal were to happen. It would be such a dominant platform. And wow, it is fascinating to look back with all of these events that, sometimes turn into tailwinds, but sometimes also turn into headwinds, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. But the message as you've been using in your podcast, the message is that you can't control change.
Mm.
You've got to manage change, and change does equal opportunity, but it comes down to us individually because there's nothing we can do about the external environment. There's everything we can do about the way we respond to it.
Yeah. That's fascinating.